You want to get it like wide. No, I wanted to get it more wide than that.
That's good.
Crazy times, can't you feel it? Is there a reason for it all? Maybe take a ride on this pipe train. Hold it in, wait for it, here come the fall. Oh, your mind's been spun into a web. Is a spider gonna catch 'em all? Whew. Wheels and deals, a flickering screen. Got your card, ain't you please? Gotta click 'em all.
I made it to Portland Open. Somehow, the monster shake a little bit.
This is a real revolution now.
Let's go, dude.
So for the tournament, do we have to hike up or?
No, you take the gondola.
Okay.
Except if you're like the youngest person has to hike and carry everybody's bags.
I'll just carry the bottom. I'll just hold on to the bottom.
Yeah, just grab on. You just gotta.
I can grab on right there.
I've been practicing my video moves.
That's good. That's great.
Yeah. You gotta be a pro.
I think it's cool to compete at like a kind of at a high level as a 16-year-old. You know, you can't really do that with any other sport. Just because disc golf, you're not competing against other people. Like, you know, they're not trying to like take you out like a football or something.
Perfect.
You're playing against the course, and so you can compete against, you know, adults. So I think that part of the sport is really cool. You know, the tough thing is being younger. I'm not as mature in a mental game, I guess I would say. Like older guys, they just have a pretty stable mental game, and still just kind of working on that. We hiked all the way from up top there, and we made hole 3. I have no idea what to do, so I'm just gonna try this one. I think it's the most overstable, and just gonna rip it flat, a little low. It's a headwinds. No. I think that this year there's been a lot to learn from. I mean, I've been working on just trying to apply those things.
I just threw 800 feet. Look at this. Birdied it. Woo!
There's been a lot to learn this year, and I've definitely, as of late, been applying them a little bit better. There's the basket.
Where?
Straight down.
Oh, no way.
Straight headwind going Ahti. I hope it's stable. I'm just gonna throw as nose down as I can. Right there. I mean, I think it's a lot of fun. The whole game of disc golf, you can get obsessed with it, I think. Just because, like, you can always get better. And you can also see improvements, you know? There's some chipmunks crawling on our bags over there. Traveling, this year it's been a lot of fun because we've gotten to play a lot of new courses. I mean, there are definitely times where it's like, I wish I was home, you know, just like hanging out in Anacortes, swimming at the lakes or something like that. But I think it's been a pretty fine line of, you know, being home, but also kind of experimenting with touring a little bit. There are times where I get tired and wish I was just home, or I'll be at home and I'm like, oh, I wish I was out there. That mine I thought was gone. But kind of when I think you just need really overstable stuff. I think the tours, it's a whole nother beast. It's a whole nother sport of disc golf. It's way different than playing at your local B tier or A tier. You know, I mean, I haven't had a whole lot of success on tour at all. I've only done 5 or 6 Elite Series tournaments, and I had one where I was tied for 12th, and I dropped to like 48th or something. So it's like I haven't really experienced much success, but I would say it's been really good for me. I'm glad I'm doing them now. But I would say for other young disc golfers, if you've got like a local tour event, I would recommend playing in it because it's just such a good experience being with the pros. I had to push past my comfort zone, just like getting out and practicing on the course with the pros and meeting them. I'm not real comfortable with that, so that part was tough and really good for me. So it's like, I would definitely encourage you to do it. It's definitely harder to score well out there just because the courses are harder, but then again, if you also are playing really hard courses where like a lot of times 1 or 2 under is 1,000 rated, like 6 down is a really solid score. In a sense, you don't have to go out and get 14 birdies to shoot a good round, but you have to, every shot, there's a lot more stress, and every putt you have, it's not like a ton different, but you're like, I gotta make this putt, you know, because I'm finally have the chance, and now I gotta execute. So there's a lot more pressure in like throwing and everything, and it definitely affects your rating. I mean, I've dropped, I think, 3 points since I started doing the tour. You want to get it like wide. No, I wanted to get it more wide than that.
That's good.
Oh! What the heck?
Oh my goodness, that's the most unrealistic ace I've ever
How
seen.
did it stick in that basket?
It just stuck in the basket.
I just threw a VIP X pine. Literally never even, I threw the disc for the first time on the last hole and figured, well, I'm okay losing this disc. I just threw it here.
Hole 7.
It's been a crazy round so far.
It's been a crazy round.
Look at that. It was a Las Vegas challenge. I was playing with Nate Sexton on the last round, and I remember I was doing great, and I came up to a hole and had like a 35-footer for birdie and just sailed it straight over the basket, and then sailed the next one into a hazard. And Nate was just encouraging me to like slow down with those, but it's like I was rushing to the next one, and then I ended up taking a triple bogey on that hole. And when I was putting for birdie, I ended up taking a triple bogey. So but he's just like, no, you gotta slow down or let someone else go. And I asked Paul kind of like, you know, what he does to train, and he was just talking about the mental game. He's like, it's kind of like life, you know, if you're just gonna give up on work because it got all hard, well, it's not, you can't do that. You gotta go back to work the next day so you can provide.
It's not gonna be that bad.
Let's go.
You gotta put your head under it.
Oh my word. You know, Gannon was just talking about on the tour, it's really easy to get bogeys and get a lot of bogeys, you know. Like you can get 6 birdies in a round and 6 bogeys. So he's like, it's finding the highest percentage shot, but also like the safest shot for your game plan. Apparently you can just throw a disc and say goodbye to it over those trees because it just flies forever, so. I think that I can definitely like compete a lot better on the tour, just from what I've learned a lot this year, and kind of, you know, kind of coming into it with a little more, I don't know, maturity maybe. It's just about staying consistent, you know, and keeping the mental game level when things aren't going right. Oh my goodness, look at that drop. That's crazy. Wow. That is really steep. Going out and playing disc golf this year on a tour was, you know, I played really bad earlier this year, and it's like I was just like averaging 950. It definitely made me realize that like I can't live and die on disc golf, you know. And I gotta keep my faith, my hope, just like rooted in Jesus Christ, and I drive from that and realize that no matter what happens in disc golf, you know, God's always going to be there.